Hi all, this is Joy Banerjee from AIKID Support, and this is our website, that is aikidsupport.com. Okay, let me show you my website first, right? This is my website, and I will really request you guys to like my page and do follow my website. And if you go down here, I just want to show you that yes, right from the all of the world, this site has been visited, and I would also request you to really have a look on it, and also put a review and comment. And you can also subscribe my website from here, just putting your email address here and hit the subscribe button. That's it. And whenever a new post will be added, you are there, and it will be there in your email box. Thank you. So let's move on with today's agenda, right? So we are looking into how to install vCenter 5.5, right? So we will see that, right? Do not worry about it. And what I've done is I've configured Active Directory with DNS in it, right? And also we need to set up PTR record. It is not mandatory. What I would say is this is optional, right? But you can set it up for your VC, which is my VC01 at AIKLab dot local. Okay. So what is different if we talk about the previous version, right? I've seen there are certain difference, and these are the component which we will really install in with a simple install option, right? So what it will do is it will install vCenter single sign-on. It will install Vsphere Web Client, and it will also install vCenter inventory service, and also install vCenter Server, right? So I've put a little bit of links from VMware. I will give you one more link, which will help you out to download VMware 5.5 softwares and documentation all in one link, right? So this will be very handy for you. What you can do is you can follow this link and download whatever the documentation you are looking at, right? So I will give you this link as well, like all-in-one link for downloading softwares and the documentation. Okay, this particular link will help you out about understanding frequently asked questions of single sign-on and 5.5. Okay, so let's move on. What we want to do is what I have done is I've set up. This is my AD box. Let me just full screen it. Okay. Okay. So this is my box, and this is the server on which I want to install the 5.5 VMware vSphere client 5.5, not the client, vSphere server. There's a vCenter server, right? So first thing is we will set up the PTR of this particular server. So I've opened the DNS management console, right? DNS MTMT, and I'm setting a PTR record. What I will do is I will right click on the zone which I have created, and I will new PTR record, new pointer record. So I will browse, go to the lab DC, which is my DC, which is also hosting a DNS. I will go to forward lookup zone. Then I will go to my domain, that is aiklab.local. I will search for that particular machine. This is the machine with the IP address. I will click OK and click OK here. So my PTR is set for this machine, right? Okay. So what I have to do next is we will do an installation. But before doing this, I just want to really do a quick reboot because we have done some changes. So I will do gp update / force. Okay. So once it is finished, I will do a quick reboot, and then we'll start the installation of vCenter server. Okay. I can see the user policy has successfully updated. Okay, it is done. So I do a quick reboot. It will hardly take some time. Reboot. Okay. So what I've done is I've joined this machine to the domain so that we can install the vCenter 5.5. Okay, it is up now. Let me log in. You can also really follow this link to download the latest versions of Vsphere 5.5 and Vcenter Server 5.5a, whatever you want really, you can really download from this particular link, right? Product download. And it is just mandatory that you have a VMware account to download these products. So I have already done that. So what I will do is I've also mapped that particular ISO in this particular machine. So I just show you this. Okay. So I will open it and I will double click it rather than opening it. Okay. So this is the simple install which we are talking about. It will cover vCenter single sign-on. It will also install vSphere Web Client. It will also install vCenter inventory service and also install vCenter Server. Okay. So nothing is there in the prerequisite because we have done all the things. And you will also have the documentation. Just show you which documentation you can follow. Okay. So you can follow this one, vCenter installation guide setup. You can open HTML, PDF, whatever you want. So it has having all the prerequisites which are required before installing the vCenter server. Okay. So I will go to the server again. So I will click install. Okay. Okay. Simply the install requires 4 GB of RAM, right? Amount of memory is 1 GB. So let me fix that as well for you, right? Give me a moment. I need to power this down. Okay. Shut down this machine. Okay. I will edit this memory. I will push it up to 4 GB. Okay. Power it on. We will reduce the RAM. Don't worry about it once the installation has been done. Okay, it is on now. Let me log in. Okay, I need to put the password. I'm logging with the domain credential. You can see that. Okay. So let me try that again. Shall we getting the same error or not? I'll double click it. We'll close this. Okay. Let me click install. Okay, this time it's launched it. We have increased the RAM, so now it recognized it and is launching the installation wizard. Okay, the first window is saying that please wait. Right, it is installing the simple install setup wizard, and it's also really deploying whatever the little bit of requirement or patches. You can see in the background it was installing some C++ patches, right? So it is doing its all-in-one package, right? It is pushing all the things which are required. Okay, so it is first installation will be vCenter single sign-on. So I will click next. I will accept next. Okay, your machine is joined. You can see the host is lab VC and FQDN is this. IP address of this machine is this. Machine is joined to the domain and DNS resolution is successful, right? It is also green. I will also check that it is native Active Directory source. Okay, next. So I'm just putting a password which is again a single sign-on password. So I'm just try to put it same as I have for all the locations. So you can change it if you want, right? Just memorize it, whatever the command or so whatever the password you have put in. Click next. Okay. Default site name. Let's say this is aiklab.delhi, right? So let it be a simple site configure, right? Next. Okay. These are the ports. HTTP port. I would recommend not to change the port numbers as much you can really remember them, but better option to go with the default ports. Click next. This is the location where it will install. Okay, next. Okay, it will install now. Okay, what I will do is I will pause the video, and if any prompt is there, so I will resume it again. Okay, I've just resumed the video again. I can see the SSO installation is being done, and now it is moving to the Vsphere Web Client installation, and now it is also asking me to really click yes. It is a SSL certificate, and otherwise you can also click no. But what I would recommend is let it be yes, right? So that it can configure the HTTPS web client. It also such sign certificate for it. Okay. So what I've done, I will do is I will again really pause that. Okay, now we can see we have moved to from here to here now. So we have installed the vCenter single sign-on. We have installed the web client, and it's also gone through with the vSphere inventory service. Nothing much we have done on this. And now it is installing vCenter Server. So now it is configuring the .NET framework, and it is asking for the license key. But at this moment we will be using the evaluation mode. So we will click next, and we will install the MySQL Express instance, and it is, you can see it is recommended for 5 host or 50 virtual machines, not more than that. So this is our lab environment. We can use this, and if you are going to really deploy a production environment, you must go for any of the supported AD or database service, right? Click next. So I will be using the same thing. Click next. Again, what I'm saying is not to change the default ports. Let it be like this, and click next. So this is what we will choose. Yes, the small we will be having not more than 100 hosts and not more than 1,000 virtual machines. Right? We will click next and install. Okay, it is asking for self-signed certificates. So I will click yes. So this process will take some time. Again, what I will do is I will pause the video. Once the installation is done, I will show up all the things that have been installed, and also we will log in and check how the vCenter server will look like, right? So I will minimize this and pause the window as of now. Okay, friends, we are back, and now yes, I've done the installation. I've done the reboot as well of that particular machine, and also I have installed the VMware vSphere client so that we can access. So I've also installed in this particular machine as well the vSphere client, right? The latest version. Let me show you. Yeah, this is the latest version which I have installed. Okay, and these are the tasks which we have performed. We have created the AD. We have set up the PTR DNS record, right? We have installed the vCenter 5.5 with simple install, which is consists of vCenter single sign-on, vSphere Web Client, vCenter Inventory Service, vCenter Server, as well as I've installed the vCenter client. Right now, we will log in and see how we can create a data center in a vCenter and also add a host. Okay, this is the console from which we can will log in. This is the IP of my vCenter. So I will put the credentials. I just want to show you one more thing. When we install vCenter and we are also installing the single sign-on, so by default this is the ID which is get created in vCenter. So we will be using this particular ID to log into the vCenter for the first time. Let me copy this. Okay. So I will put in the secret password which I set up during the installation of the single sign-on ID, which is okay. I will click login. Okay, first time it will prompt for really for the certificate. So what I will do is I will ignore. Okay, now it is discovering the flooding, loading this main window, and we are at the evaluation stage, so it's open. And just want to show you one more thing, just jumping in, and I have just reduced the RAM of this particular machine as well after installing. It was asking for 4 GB while installing. So what I've done is I've reduced 1 GB of RAM. It is now 3 GB, right? So this is the appropriate which I believe, because if I go down, what I can see is it is using 2.17 and 72% is used. So it is better to have 3 GB, not going and reducing more, right? So let me minimize it. So here I'm already logged in. So we will show you the home screen. You can see these are the things which we can see to the ESX as well when we log into the from the VMware client. And now if we use vCenter, these are the new things which we can see, right? So let's go to the hosting clusters. So what I will do is I will close this tab, right? Okay. So let me create a data center. So what I will do is I will right click and new data center, right? So I'm giving a name is Delhi, right? Okay. So what I can do is in this data center I can create a new cluster or add a host. So let's see, can we create a cluster? Okay, we can. We will create the cluster later. So what we'll do is I will add this a machine which is there. I will show you. My machine is powered on the ESXi machine, which is 5.5. Okay. Okay, this is my machine which is powered on, and it has an IP of 192.168.229.130. So I will give the IP address 92.168.229.130, right? Okay, the user ID will be root and the password which I have given there. So make sure when we are really using this access ID and password, so this will be only authenticating for the first time. So once we are adding this machine to the vCenter, so there will be a VPX user will be generated, and from there it will also generate a random password and it will authenticate with that. So we will discuss this in a different video about it in a detailed manner. We will click next. Okay, for the first time it will prompt me for this. I will click yes. This is SSL certificate. Okay, and I will say next. I don't have a license, so I will do it this way. Evaluation mode. Click next. Okay, the lockdown mode means if I want to manage this particular host only for vCenter, and if you lock down this, you cannot access this particular machine directly from a VI client anymore. So what I would say is let it be like this. Do not do any changes, because there can be a position where you're building your vCenter in a virtual machine which is hosting on a ESX host, and if the virtual machine is powered down, you cannot really log into the ESX host directly from a VI client. So what I will do is leave it as it is, right? And I will click next. So I'm putting it in Delhi data center. I will click next. So this is giving me a little bit of review what we have done. So I'll finish, and you can see the progress. It is in progress. I can see now it is 80% complete. So it is retrieving. So you can see it is processing now. Okay, it is completed. But we can see there is a warning mark. So I will go to here and see what exactly the warning is for. Right. So what you can see is the SSH is enabled. So we have enabled that. So that is not really an issue. But we can see, okay, my ESX is being added. The host is added. So hope you have understood what we have shown you. And let me review what exactly we have covered. Right. We have created a PTR record on the DNS. We have installed the vCenter server with a simple install, which is consisting the vCenter single sign-on. This is going to be Vsphere Web Client, vCenter inventory service, vCenter Server, right? And I've also given you a link from where you can download uh, all the softwares and as well as any documentation you're looking at for uh, for VMware 5.5, and we have also we have also installed the vCenter client. We have created the data center in a VI center and adding the host in a VI center, right? So you can see we have done the thumbs, right? So thank you for watching this particular video.